Hi guys, okay, so today I want to work on with you the extension of this arm. So a lot of martial arts especially, we do a lot of striking, and because we do a lot of striking, we end up with rounded shoulders. And a lot of martial artists do a lot of press-ups, a lot of sit-ups. So what we do is we lose this posture. So if I put my hand out here, if I tighten these muscles up, what happens is they curl in and you get this bad posture. You see that? I mean, it works well because it makes your arms longer, but it's really bad for your posture. It's really bad. Not only that, you end up getting injuries because you're weakening these muscles supporting for your external rotation. You're weakening your neck, and your neck ends up doing this because as you lean over, your head pulls up like this. That is not a good posture. Now, I'm telling you now, guys, you don't want that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to open up this chest and create and this external rotation, stretch the chest out. So I want to show you here. A good stretch for you to do is I'm going to use this, you can use a wall, I'm going to use the bag because I'm so far away from the wall, is I'm going to pull my arm back here, I'm going to move out and it's going to open up my chest. Now I'm going to feel that through my chest. You might even feel it through your bicep as well, because if that's tight, that's pulling you into. So I start on the side, I bring my hand round and my elbow is higher than my shoulder, only slightly, my hands are open, and from here I step wide if I'm going to walk away from it. And that's going to open up my chest. It's going to stretch it out. Now guys, I'm working on the flexibility, not the strength today. So I've done a video about the strength in another session. This one's about the stretching side of it. And then I relax. Now you do the same on both sides. Now guys, this is called your thoracic extension. So it's a bit, the thoracic part of your spine, the top part. If we are rounded over here, we don't have that extension. Now most people, to get their arms up, they have to arc their lower back, their lumbar, and they have to lean back this way. You can see here, if I lean back, my arms aren't moving, but my hands end up further back. So a lot of people, if they want to reach high, they have to do this to reach high. Back problems. So your lack of thoracic extension can cause lower back issues as well, not only neck issues. And I'll give you an example to try this. Now again, use a wall. Stand against the wall with your feet, maybe about 6 inches forwards. Press your lower back so your spine against the wall. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to put my hands into small of my back and press the back against the wall. I'm then going to roll my shoulders and put that against the wall as well. Head back. Now try this. You'll find out how hard it is. Bring my arms up and I try then walk my hands up the wall. What you're going to find is you get to a certain point and it's going to be either you're going to arc your lower back, so you're going to end up getting this motion so you can tilt back, or your hands are going to come away from the wall. So from here, I push my back against the wall, elbows against the wall, and then I press my arms up and then down. You're going to feel these muscles working so hard to press you up. So if I show that the wall, I go back against the wall here and then just press it. Now, if you'll find it difficult, you've got tight pectoral muscles, you've got weak external rotators. You might even have tight traps as well. So a good stretch. You've got the first one here, opens up and relax and let the muscles like submit to it. It just submits, it surrenders to the stretch. Relax. Don't try and force it. Don't be like 1980s films where they try and rip their arms off like Van Damme. Okay, so from here, next thing to do. I'll show you the stretch first. So this is the way I like to do it. I stretch my arms like crucifix, leg goes high, and I go across the body. Now, the problem is a lot of people can't get their knee down, can't get the arm down, so this pulls in. Don't ever do this, right? Never put the arm down, because what I'm doing is I'm further facilitating that internal rotation. So I'm teaching my body to internally rotate. That's a cheap way. It'll feed your ego because you'll be able to go further and lower, but it's not what we're after. If your arm's hanging up here, that's a big warning sign. You've got tight pecs, okay? So that's the stretch you're doing up there. If I can, I want to let it go down. If you're doing this, your legs up here, it might be you've got a really tight glute or a really tight lower back. It's going to tell you where your tightnesses are. Now this is a good way to go into it. So I'm going to pull my belt to the side. This is again, it's a martial artist thing because martial arts get super tight in these areas, but so does pretty much everybody. So I'm going to lie my front, ready? I'm going to bring my knees close to the camera up. I'm then going to lift my body up and feed the arm through. You see that? So the opposite hand and traps the knee. From here, hopefully we're all good enough to do this, because this is a mobility thing. So we try and trap the knee. Getting to the position is hard. Once you're here, you'll be okay. Imagine now I'm going to create a rainbow with this hand. I'm going to go over the top and I'm going to slowly lower. Now you might not go very far, and I'm going to close it again. Now I can close in the book, open up, and I want to edge it out. Don't cheat. Be careful doing this. You might want to go like this. Oh, look, and touch the floor. The aim isn't to touch the floor with your hand. The aim is to open the chest up. So don't be, the problem is the ego will tell you to reach, and I'm doing it, okay? We want to be here, and we want to relax. And then the next thing to do is try and get the head to the floor and let it relax. Breathe out, let the hands surrender to the floor and back. You might find the tension in your lower back, and your glute. What you can do, let me see if I can get something. You can, if you want to, you put your knee on something to elevate it. So again, I'm in this position, I bring my knee up, it's elevated, so it means it's higher. You can put anything you want there, cushion, I grab and hold, and I go down. So that makes it a bit easier, and I can lift it up, I can put like 6 cushions if I want to. You see what I mean? So if I had lots of cushions, or if I had them higher, I get to this position, that one I go and hold, and I'm open again. So from there, I don't need that, but you get the idea, I lift the knee up if I need to, and I open it this way. Okay? What I like to do from here as well is I like to take the advantage of being in this position and straighten the leg up as well. Oh, because you're going to find right down there, you're going to feel that tension. IT band might be tight. Not just have tight nerves in the back of your calves. So stretch out and then back in again, and then I pull and extend right through there. Well, that's a really good stretch. And extend right through there. Now you might find when you're doing that, you need the cushion or cushions, and you put them and you rest the arm on the cushions. So while it's hanging, if you feel like it's hanging, it's uncomfortable, put your arm, rest on the cushions while you focus your attention somewhere else. If you can, look, my flexibility here is good now. It didn't used to be, by the way. It used to be really bad. This is why I know about this. So we're here, and then stretch. Extend and stretch. Now, again, you can then change to the side this way, and across, or as the way I showed you, you roll back onto your belly, I take my knee up, I grab, and I open up again. Now guys, if you spend 10 minutes doing mobility work, it's going to help the rest of your day. Have you ever heard of sharpen the saw? The idea is, guys, if I sharpen the saw, so relax. You sharpen the saw so you don't have to do as much work in it. You might think, oh, I haven't got 10 minutes to do this. If you don't spend 10 minutes doing this, you'll be spending hours and hours and hours doing physio work while you're not able to exercise and train because of this high repetition. How do I know? I know because I went through it myself. From the age of about 6 years old, I've been punching and press-upping. Yeah, my punch and press-ups got really good, but I've ended up having an operation on my shoulders. 3 years of zero training on my arms is enough for me to stress to you the importance of this. I didn't have good thoracic extension. I didn't have this. I couldn't do it. I also, another one is I put my hips forwards and then do the bow and reach over this way. But I didn't used to be able to sit here and then push my arms up. I didn't used to be able to do that. I was like this. And so I'd stretch out, work my stretches, and do the whole body. But today I'm working on getting this motion. Little test, find out what you can do here. Increase the range of motion by this way, and then do it lying on your back. Give it a go. I guarantee you, you do that 3 times a week, just 10 minutes doing that, you're going to feel freer. And also, it's going to help your posture. You're going to externally rotate your hands. You feel stronger when you're punching. You can strike in, and then you pull back, and you've got more movement in it. Obviously, you need to do not just flexibility, you also need to do the strength thing, which is on another video I've done, where you externally rotate and pulling the arms apart, hit the rhomboids, hit all the external rotations, make sure lats are strong but not too tight. So there's a lot of work that goes into this, guys, but you've got to find where your strengths and weaknesses are, and don't ignore them. Hope they help, guys. Give it a go.